Welcome back. The case against 3 activists who protested against a KZN coal mine has been withdrawn. The women were part of a community group protesting against the operations of Ikwezi Coal Mine in Danhauser. They accused the mine of destroying people's homes, livelihoods and health with its blasting. To talk more on this, I'm joined by Groundwork coal campaigner Robby Mokgalaka. A very good morning to you, Mr. Mokgalaka, and thank you so much for your time. Was this a case of intimidation against these 3 women?
Good morning, Morena. This indeed was an intimidation against, not only against those 3 women, but it was against all the community activists who were trying to engage with the Ikwezi Coal Mine on the issues of breathing the toxic coal dust and the houses which were cracking due to the blasting that were coming from the mine. So it is something to discourage, it was something meant to discourage the activists from exercising their freedom of expression in terms of the constitutional rights, Section 16 of Section 1 of the Constitution. So, and it went a long way, Morena, if I were to tell you that it actually the court case has been going on for 3 months, and this was after people were beaten up for protesting peacefully. They were arrested, they were shot at, and stun grenades were used against them. And they had to stay in jail or in prison for 3 nights until they had to appear. And when they had to appear, only 5 men were released. And those 3 women, and which were the only women who were arrested, they were actually granted bail, and they had to appear for 3 months in court. And this has affected the community in general, even them psychologically and emotionally.
So all of this chaos, all of this violence against the community, only for the case to be withdrawn. What were the reasons for the withdrawal, that is?
The reason for withdrawal is that the state lacks evidence against those 3 women. And this is a normal thing, Morena. Everywhere this thing happens when the community activists are protesting for their own rights, not just for the sake of causing violence, but for their own rights. We have seen a lot of activists being arrested, being intimidated, being shot at, and at some point being killed. I'm talking about a situation where it has happened in Somkhele last year in October 22nd, where a woman who was opposed to the mine was gunned down by 5 men in her own household in front of her 13-year-old niece. And even now, no one has been arrested or has been accounted for that murder. And not only this one, also in 2016 February, Bazuka Khade was gunned down in front of his 7-year-old son, and no one has been arrested. We are seeing this thing becoming a normal, where activists are attacked, where activists are killed, and nothing has been taken to protect those people.
Mr. Mokgalaka, do we know if Groundwork or these women will be furthering this case? Will they be taking the state on, or are they just deciding that because their lives have been affected the way they've been affected, they're just going to let things be?
We have already started initiating a litigation against, or a case rather, against the police for using excessive force. We've opened a case in Danhauser, and IP is actually involved in this, helping us because they understand this is what they deal with on a daily basis. And we're still going to we are working on opening a case or a civil case against the departments, Correctional Service and the Department of Police, for unlawful arrest and detention. So, yeah, we are moving on with that.
Just before I let you go, Mr. Mokgalaka, have reasons been given by Ikwezi Coal Mine for why it is they've continued with this work, even though the community has said that their livelihoods have been affected, their health has been affected by all of this blasting? Have they told the community why it is that they keep doing what they've been doing?
Unfortunately, they haven't told the community, they haven't explained. They've got nothing to explain anyway. What they have been doing is just to deny that they are responsible for causing those chaos in the community in terms of dust that is coming from them and also in terms of the blasting that is coming from them. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because our government prioritizes corporates at the expense of the lives of the people. So it's happening everywhere. So instead of the government supporting the community and protecting their rights, because these are vulnerable people, but they're actually protecting the corporates at the expense of the rights of the community. And this says a lot to say that those who are rich have better rights than those who are poor. And this has to be dealt with very seriously. it is not on. It's not the way that it's supposed to be.
Of course, Mr. Mokgalaka, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your time here on the South African Morning. That is Groundwork coal campaigner Robby Mokgalaka.